You're using the Shadow Scythe all wrong. Let's talk about it. What's good, YouTube? NoGoodEman coming to you today with a weapon breakdown on the Shadow Scythe. So guys, with this video, you will be able to know the basic ways you want to use the Shadow Scythe because you don't want to mess up how you use a free weapon that you get at Advancement 1. So before we get into that, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff, and consider becoming a channel member. Perks are listed in the description. Now, let's talk about this weapon, right? So as you can see, we have it Advancement 6, but we're going to talk about what advancement is best for the Shadow Scythe. As it reads at the bottom, this weapon was made from a shadow that became fragments of the past. Only those who are worthy are able to wield it. So hopefully everybody that's watching is worthy. And then if we look at these skills, we have the basic attack, the core attack, and then the weapon attack, which is Essence Harvest. If we start from the basic, talking about the Shadow Scythe a little bit, I do find it to be an perfect AoE type of SSR weapon. There's not really too much like it, right? But I'd say maybe the Plum is probably the other AoE type move, and then the Grimmar, of course, and then maybe another SSR that I don't have or I'm not thinking of. But yeah, getting this at Advancement 1 for free is very big. Again, we're going to talk about those advancement skills, passive skills in a bit. The core attack is as follows, and then the Essence Harvest attack is doing various slashes while you guys hold down this skill button. So also, while you guys hold down this skill button, this skill is movable. So whichever way you're pointing your mouse in, and this is the big reason I like the Shadow Scythe, whichever way you're pointing the mouse in, it's going to end up, you know, doing those slashes. So let's say you're dealing with an enemy to your left, but you want to, you know, finish on the enemy on the right. You can start on the left and then finish the entire skill on the right. So it's very nice, very lovely how we end up doing that. Now let's talk about advancements and the passive skills. So Advancement 0, when using Essence Harvest, it consumes 5% of the current HP and increases skill damage by 100%. So increasing skill damage by 100% is very big. It is insane. Using this, you know, for an ult for whatever basic skill you might have is big. Now let's talk about the Advancement 1. So if the current user's HP is below 70%, Edge of Darkness is applied, and what this does, it's going to increase your critical hit rate by 25%. This is big, right? Let's say you're already capped out at 50% from your artifacts. Having a 75% crit rate is insane. Let's say you're using Elite Knight Egress, you have over 80% crit rate, guys. How are you missing crits if you have these two stacks on it? Going into more a little bit, we have Advancement 2. This is going to increase your dark damage by 10%. Now, Advancement 3, again, Advancement 3 is usually going to be the sweet spot for a lot of weapons, a lot of hunters in the game. When the current user's HP is below 60%, they recover 0.4 of their current HP every time the skill hits. So that one's pretty cool. It's like a kind of a, what is the word, a vampire type of move. So the more you use it, the more HP you'll be able to recover. So that might help in the long run of some battles. Advancement 4 is going to decrease your cooldown on Essence Harvest by 20%, and then Advancement 5 is going to increase damage taken by 15%, but is going to increase attack by 15%. So what's the best ways you want to combo this up? Well, if we go to our Sun Jinu, the best Blessing Stone combinations that I kind of have right here are Conqueror of Adversity, Tenacity, Chains of Blood, and Double-Edged Sword. Why so many of these skills? Really, why these last two, right? Because a lot of people might already run Chains of Blood and Double-Edged Sword. If you read the Blessing Stone guide video, or not read, but watched it, you would have seen that Conqueror plus Tenacity is a very good combination, right? Every time your HP decreases by 30%, attack, defense, and HP will increase by 2.4. This stacks up to 3 times on the heroic level, and then Tenacity, the damage you take will decrease by 30%. So it's not getting a 30%, you know, defense increase, it's decreasing the amount of damage you get. So if you 3-star a boss on a instance or encore dungeon, you will get the Conqueror Spirit or whatever the buff is called, and your damage decreases by 50% from your enemies, but you increase your damage by 50%. So 30% on Tenacity is not bad. So we're comboing these two up because using the Shadow Scythe, using Chains of Blood, using Double-Edged Sword, we're going to be getting hit a lot, and hits are going to hurt, right? Now, obviously we don't want to die. So I personally thought what's the best way I can, you know, get near death, but not, you know, quite get death, because we want to showcase, of course, the Edge of Darkness effect. We want to showcase, you know, the best ways to combo it up, why these are the best combinations that I could go with. And of course, obviously, if you have other stones, other blessing stones you prefer, feel free to use it. We're just showing you guys methods on how I personally used it. We're going to get into Battlefield of Trials though. Floor 39, we're going to get into this now. What I found was the best possible team here was Cha, Alicia, and Mean. Again, Egress at the helm. And then we're rocking half a curse set, which mind you, curse set also increases the damage taken. So I'm increasing the damage taken by 20%. So the boy Genu is literally made of glass right now. So all of these roughly will activate very, very soon. Tenacity, if I get super, super low. Conqueror will definitely activate 1000%. It'll only take a couple of hits, and then Double-Edged Sword's gonna increase his attack, and then Chains of Blood is going to also increase my attack, but increase my damage taken. Now let's get into this. I'll try to one take it. I ended up doing this twice before, you know, actually beating the boss, and now this is actually my third try. So who knows how this is gonna go. It's all on him. Again, floor 39. I'm about, I think, 100k below. I didn't get a good look at it, but let's see. And boom. So we already got Edge of Darkness activated. Double edge. We're gonna try and dodge here. Boom. We're very, very low already when it comes to the health, so that's insane, but that's okay. We got 2 stacks on Conqueror, it looks like. We're getting our HP back, and then as you can see, we're doing a lot of damage to a boss that we're very, very relatively low in power on. Now, I really, really hate these type of bosses. I'll be very, very honest. They kind of annoy me, but you know, we're gonna give it our best go. We got 3 stacks. We got 3 stacks on Conquerors. We're using the Shadow Scythe. We're trying not to die, right? So I think that's the name of the game. It's, you can use the Shadow Scythe, you know, to your advantage in this way, but you don't want to die, right? So just don't die like that. But now we got Tenacity activated, so now we can see it's kind of helping out a little bit. I think I'm gonna let him go under. Yeah, I'm just gonna let him go under. If he appears under me, boom, then we can get a nice little shadow step. We're using Cha, we're using Alicia, we're using Mean. We're gonna get this nice little amount of damage, and we're actually gonna take this serious. So we're using ults too, I'm not gonna lie. Ults are gonna be needed here, 1000%, guys. So boom, let's go ahead and Grimoire. We're out of Tenacity because Mean's been healing us. W Mean. Boom, boom. I was thinking about ulting, but he's literally almost dead. Ooh, let me not die, let me not die. Oh, that was a clutch. That was a clutch. That was a clutch shadow step. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Let's get the damage done. Yeah, Genu's like very fragile right now. I'm like 1 tap away. Just because of Chains of Blood, I am very, very susceptible to getting killed. Now that he's dead, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. I need him to get back up pretty fast though, so I can just use this ult. I might not be able to, okay. It looks like we won't be able to use the ult. Maybe I should have used the ult a little bit earlier, but that is okay. Just try not to die, try not to die. We're Grimoiring, let's Grimoire, boom, boom, boom. Let's get the crit damage. Let's get an ult off. So guys, again, I don't have to be using the shadow step here, but I personally find it that the shadow step does work in an insane ways. Now look at that, we're critting on almost every ult there. The ult just critted every single time there, and that's lovely. Have you ever seen an ult do that much damage on this high of a boss? So Chains of Blood is working, the crit buffs is working. Mind you, we are very, very low as far as power when it comes to this boss, and we're doing so much damage to him. So that ult was big. We only used 1 ult too, so it's very, very noticeable. The difference is very, very noticeable. Now let's not die here. Dying here would be silly. I think literally 1 more Essence Harvest should do the trick. We're finishing it up with a Scythe. We got 7.8 on the clock, so it's very clutch, guys, okay? The Scythe is clutch, man. Getting that extra crit, I have a over 80% crit rate. Mind you, we're using Cha, so I want to say I have nearly an 100% crit rate all together, all put together. I literally forgot I was using Cha. If we're going to, like, let's say Battlefield of Chaos and we're using Mean, I literally have over 100% crit rate. So every attack is a critical hit attack. And this is Battlefield of Trials floor 39. This is no joke. I'm in the red. If we go back to the screen, you guys will literally see I'm in the red and I'm doing this much damage to the boss. So imagine if I was in the white here. Just imagine if I was in the white, the amount of insanity you would have actually seen, the way his gauge would have been broken even more, or his health bar. And that's the best way to use the Scythe in solo leveling Arise. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts below on Reddit. Be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.